so far. Reported 400.
Facts. That's a fact. I'm glad you pointed that out because if they documented 400, imagine how many fell through, slipped through the cracks and didn't show up on the radar. That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of stuff. But go ahead, Lisa. You ready?
All right, so I'm queuing up the queue up because I like to, and TikTok. That way, also, if you actually really resonate with whatever it is that I'm sharing with you today in Ask a Jedi, you can, you know, check out the replay and reiterate the message to yourself. My name is Lisa Legs. Ask a Jedi is something I came up with because as someone that's been called an oracle and being, called a Jedi, a high priestess, a shaman, a psychic, whatever, I got gifts and I'm honored to serve and use my gifts to help others. I've always had the gift of clarity and to be able to see things from a more objective perspective, which kind of puts us in a position to truly maximize each moment because everything happens for us, not to us, in that alchemy kind of way, right? Because to me, that's just what the world is. The world is designed for us to. Okay, I put the link in the chat so you could see me while I talk. The world is designed for us to be inspired. If you want to take it to the Bible, they ate from the fruit of the knowledge of good and evil, their eyes were opened. Now, as someone that asked as soon as we got in the room, what does into the wickedness mean for the title of the 100 ENT Coven Room today, I recognize that this is an opportunity to actually transmute in real time because we're living in a world and we just heard a live blow by blow coverage of one of the most wicked acts done in history. And that's literally where we are in the world right now. So much is being exposed as to the evil that men do. And a lot of people are shocked and they're discombobulated and they don't know how to process. And it's like, this is already happening. It was already happening, you know, and nothing really changed except awareness and knowledge of self. What does that do for you? Does that put you in a position to move with more discernment because you never know who's doing what? Gratitude. Or do you decide that, man, I should choose love more aggressively? Because obviously we need more love in the world to balance out the thing. Or maybe you move both ways. Big up Lime Edits on YouTube. Gratitude. So for me, the fact that we're in an eclipse right now, it's it's significant because we're in a great tipping point. We're in a time where if you've been taking a leap of faith, if you've been even a little bit motivated towards betting on yourself and making decisions towards that, you're benefiting. You're reaping the rich reward because these are the days to show up for yourself and be as authentic as possible. Everything that's authentic is being amplified right now, and everything that's not authentic is being exposed and stripped away. As such is what happens with the new earth and the new systems. And don't complain, because you're just reinforcing the thing that you're complaining about. Energy energy flows where attention goes, which is why I like to say you are what you complain about. Now, if anybody has a question for me, Ask a Jedi is in full swing. I'm kind of channeling already, so I'll just say what's on my heart to share for the ones that might need to hear. Be compassionate with yourself. Doing your best is not linear. Give yourself grace. The best that you do every day fluctuates depending on how hungry you are, how happy you are, how sleepy you are. So just allow yourself to be present in each moment and give yourself the best. And the awareness to even recognize that you're not doing your best or you don't like something is growth. So don't beat yourself up when you discover something that you don't like, when you could really be celebrating that moment of self awareness. In the conversation earlier, we were talking about with Ebony, as a martial artist, she studies nature and she has a superb level of self awareness. Then she consciously started implementing the intel of, hey, around this time every month, full moon, new moon, I feel some kind of way. I'm charged up, I'm full of energy. Let me harness this energy and use it in a productive way. That's the power of self awareness. My favorite phrase to help you realize what self awareness can do for you as a Jedi, self awareness is like the still surface of a pond. Be still and know where any interruption, any disturbance, any ripple in your surface is coming from. That's the beauty of self awareness. And that self awareness truly comes through clarity of self.
Thank you, Lisa.
You're welcome.
Everybody on the floor? Yeah.
Nobody got a question?
Right.
I
Nobody
mean,
got a question?
I say ask a Jedi because that's usually what I go by. But I noticed that the young people like to use the word readings.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I should tell them that it's the same thing. But make sure you're ready to show up for yourself. Because I might tell you about yourself and you might not be ready. So Kida, you had a question for me?
Uh, I don't know. I don't think I have a question as of right now. Do you have like a? Do you?
Trucker?
Oh yeah, trucker, Lisa.
Huh? Oh, shit. Was she still talking?
No, trucker. Lisa, if you could come off your mic, he was asking what happened, what was up with it.
Yeah, I didn't hear him. I thought he said something, but I didn't hear him.
Oh, trucker, go ahead and repeat yourself.
Oh, no. I said, what happened with that eclipse of sun that they said was supposed to happen today?
Oh, it was this
I didn't
morning early.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So we already in the afterglow.
Oh, so it already happened this morning.
What was your question though? Because today is a very significant day. It's not just an eclipse day. It's a new moon, which is significant by itself, and it's also the New Year. It's the Chinese New Year today too.
Oh, today. So what year is the Chinese New Year today? What time
Man,
frame?
we going into the year of the gold fire horse. So y'all should be fired up and galloping towards living your dreams and making the decisions that look like that.
Oh, so you said they got the golden fire horse?
Mm-hmm.
I ain't heard about that. I usually hear something else. Dragon, rabbit. Golden fire horse. Oh, that's a nice one.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta pick that up.
Yeah, I think it's and that's why I say stuff like leap of faith because like when you think of horses in the wild, they're majestic beasts. They're elegant, they're forceful, but they're sweet. Like when you look at them, you don't really think of anything negative for real when you look at horses in the wild or domesticated. But let's go to nature. Wild horses, they definitely represent freedom. Then you think about the gold, right? And I'm just breaking down the simple syllables of gold fire horse, the year of the gold fire horse. Gold is one of those precious metals that is very symbolic, right? Then you also have the metaphorical part of it, like what it means to have a golden heart. You know what I'm saying? Moving with loving intention and stuff like that. That's what people would describe as somebody with a golden heart, right? Somebody that don't walk around with a chip on their shoulder because of all the pain that they've been through. They still choose compassion and kindness. Then you have the element of fire. Fire can be very, very, very useful because it can warm you up when you're cold. It can cook up some food for you. It can protect you from dangerous animals if you're out in the wilderness. It can propel you forward if you have it incorporated in a system, aka a machine. So, where can you get more fired up right now and take advantage of some fire in your life? And that's
That's
just,
for the Chinese New Year, right?
that's for the Chinese New Year that starts today, Gold Fire Horse.
So
Eh,
you know all the meanings for all their years?
no, I'm literally just going off the energy of the words as standalone objects.
Oh, okay.
That's really how my intuition works because everything can be simple. Everything can be simplified. In my opinion, what's all this big knowledge and these big words if we can't incorporate it in our lives for real? If we can't make it practical? So,
I agree.
yeah, so I look at it like following your heart, being true to yourself. And then, I do the D Slam love stream every day. Matter of fact, let me drop it in the chat. So I do the D Slam love stream every day. And with that, I take into consideration the planetary alignments. And today's planetary alignments inspired the intention for us to have a Mars Day self love affirmations message for digging deep within to proclaim loving communication that strengthens togetherness. To me, that's the golden part of it, digging deep within. Because once you really align yourself with the desires of your heart, it positions you, once you're aware, a lot of people don't even know what the desires of their heart are because they move in automatic conforming to what society requires and desires and not even asking for themselves, what would make me happy if I wake up and do that every day? You feel me? So with the communicating gratitude, hey baby, with the communicating, the loving communication, and it's even, here's my thing, right? We live in a world where people are afraid to show love. They don't want to be looked at as a dick rider. Can I say that? They don't want. They don't
Yeah, you
want.
can say that.
You feel me? Like people, everybody too cool now to show love, and it's weird because humans are social creatures. We love to be enforced and reinforced, and that's what guides us in our growth. So imagine then proclaiming your love with the way you move, with the way you act, with the way you communicate, like us here right now. You know, you can proclaim loving communication in the middle of a disagreement by the way you disagree with somebody. Some people can't come back from an argument because they put their foot down on disrespect and any means necessary. They gonna violate you. And then afterwards it's, oh, I didn't mean it. I didn't mean what I said when I was upset. But you said it though. You can't take it back once you say it. So you can tell the foundation you have for your ship, friendship, business ship, family ship, love ship. You could tell by the way you disagree with each other what kind of foundation you're building for your togetherness. Keep in mind, togetherness is powerful and it's not just any stand up together in the same place, it's sharing intentions, like minds and like hearts coming together in agreement. You know, they say where two or more are gathered. So, big eclipse mood today. Where can you communicate in a way that strengthens togetherness? And the thing is, most people are also thinking, you know, I don't have anybody to build any togetherness with. Well, you could build it with yourself. Are you aligned with yourself for real? Are you lying to yourself? Do you dishonor yourself? How many times you want to say no and you say yes? Don't do that. Don't do that. When you dishonor yourself, you take yourself out of your divine alignment, your best case scenario. You move off of your prime timeline. Don't do that. I've literally made some wild decisions, and the only validation I had for making the decision is this is the only option where I'm honoring myself. I might be turning down money I need. I've done it. Why? Because the way the money coming, I would be dishonoring myself. And just because I made that decision, I get that money back and more. Never fails. Never fails. So let me just say this. Dare to dig deep within and Reveal and Heal 2.2 is one of the affirmations that came out in the D Slam Love Stream earlier. The daily self-love affirmations message. I love acronyms. Reveal and Heal 2.2, Master number 22 energy. Ask the tough questions. Ask yourself, what has everything I've experienced in my life, what has everything I've learned prepared me for? Prepared me to do, especially me, my journey, my personal legacy. What am I actually prepared to do based off every nip, tuck, skip, hop, jump, cut, scrape, cry, sigh, laugh, dance, hug? What has that properly positioned me for to flourish effortlessly? And if I do that, will my heart sing? If them two don't match, ask yourself, what did I want to do when I was growing up? When I was growing up, what was the thing that I loved doing the most that filled me with joy? I'm just saying. That might be the answer to your gold fire horse year, where you make decisions that only look like you're taking steps towards living a life where your heart sings. Living a life where your heart is not weighted by resenting yourself for saying yes when you wanted to say no. And that's so simple, right? But how many times in the last, the year just started, right? We 30, 40, 50, almost 50 days in? How many times since the year started you said no when you really wanted to say yes? Or you said yes when you really wanted to say no? It's too many already. How many times?
How many times do we
Who's been keeping count?
Well, I don't know. Maybe you want to keep count so you can motivate yourself to not do it. And maybe you don't want to keep count because you want to be able to have room to be compassionate to yourself and not berate yourself for slipping up. Celebrate yourself for recognizing that you slipped up. Because wouldn't you rather be aware that you're slipping up or be out here slipping up without even knowing that you're not on point? The power of self-awareness, the celebration of your growth. These are the days. Pour love into yourself in all the ways, in many ways. Indulge in your self-love habits without excuses. Don't make excuses for that. If the number one thing that you need to feel good about yourself is to go sit by the water for 20 minutes uninterrupted, don't you dare say you're too busy to do it this week.
I agree, because I was going to say, well, like, is it just certain things that we should be doing? People are shopaholics.
I mean, I think that Everybody's self-love habits look different. You know what your self-love habits are. You know what helps you decompress your nervous system. You know what helps you relax all the way. What puts a smile on your face just by thinking about it. Didn't even do it. Didn't even do it yet. Just by thinking about it, the idea of taking yourself out on a spa day got you feeling good all week because you know when Friday come, bumbleclot, I'm in the spa. That's a self-love habit. For the man them, most of y'all getting that extra hot towel shave at the barber is a self-love habit. Don't make excuses not to do it because you're in a rush today. Do it, do it, do it.
I'm hollering.
I'm a jukebox girl. I'm gonna always have some tunes. But I'm gonna if y'all don't have any questions, I'm gonna get some affirmations just for us right now for today, and we'll call it a segment in it.
Alright, alright.
And yes, I do have tarot cards. I do read tarot cards, but I don't do it like that publicly because I think it's sacred. No shade, no tea for anybody else that's doing it and broadcasting because everybody serves a purpose. But me personally, I realize that I'm not for the faint of heart. You know what I'm saying? I'm for the masters. I'm for the ones that are ready to show up for themselves unapologetically and authentically, and also have people that look to them for guidance. Those are the type of people that I resonate with when it comes to mentorship and stuff like that. Those are the type of people that I attract that come to me for readings. People that stand on business to create the love and the change they want to see in this world and stuff. Oh wow, you can't make this up. What is that, baby?
Seven be just like that. Where's seven at? Seven.
Yo, what's up, man?
You just missed it. She was carrying on a great conversation. I want you to come in a little bit earlier because she had some good things to say. And I know that was touching your topic at the time. You missed.
Y'all, you can't make this up. So I just shuffled my affirmations, and these affirmations are from my show, the morning show, reggae music and affirmations, blah blah blah, reggae music and affirmations, radio backstage, blah blah blah. Yo, so that's season one. Foundation is season one. It's 7 topics on a rotation, 4 round rotation, and the season 2 is 3 topics on a 4 round rotation. The season 3 topics are deep, so it's only 3 topics, right? But for season 1 foundation, it's all about love, so you lay a foundation of self-love. Y'all, these affirmations are literally everything I was just talking about. At the bottom of the deck, we have self-love habits 2.2. I honor my needs. I honor my needs, not just acknowledging them and being annoyed that you got needs to meet. Like, how many times you annoyed because you gotta go sleep and you want to be team no sleep? Don't do that.
All of us.
Girl, that's my personal testimony right there. I had to learn how to love to go to sleep. So self-love habits 2.2, I honor my needs. We also have self-love habits 3.1, I love the word no. Wasn't I just talking about that?
It definitely was.
Then we have temperance 3.2, savor each step. That's literally speaking to when I'm saying you catch yourself messing up, and that's to be celebrated, not berated. Don't beat up yourself because you catch yourself messing up. Celebrate yourself because now you got eyes to see what you couldn't see before. And even the days when you're tired and I wanna go hard for 8 hours, but you only got 2 hours of effort. Savor that 2 hours of effort and maximize it. Don't drain yourself out because that 2 hours of effort gonna be great. But if you go longer than that, you might do something that you're gonna have to fix later because you're operating on fumes. Don't do what I've done. I've definitely done that. We don't do that anymore. And then the other affirmation that came out is self love habits 2.1. I make time for me. What's understood ain't gotta be explained.
And yeah, you definitely did just speak all of that.
And y'all watching me live shuffling too to know I didn't go through it and pick them. Here we go. Inner child 3.4. I am bold and daring. How many times did I say childlike stuff, inner child stuff when you were a child?
Yeah.
And then at the bottom of the deck, we have synchronicity 4.4. Confidence improves readiness. I'm not even going to touch that right now. Let's get into the inner child 3.4. I am bold and daring. Who more bold and daring than a child? They always doing some things and you're looking at them like, oh my God, if you don't watch this child, they're going to get into everything and anything. They're not, the children are not scarred by the disappointment of adulthood. Think about that. Think about how bold and daring you would be to step out, bet on yourself, walk away from a job where your boss had disrespect your bumbleclot, knowing that God will provide. I am bold and daring. What are the things you do right now if you were not ever disappointed and you're like a child, vivacious, ready to jump off the shelf onto your mom's shoulder when she walked by? 3 plus 4, 7. And it's not just bold, it's also daring. It's the audacity for me.
Right. I don't want to you both.
Right? And I just got the message now for synchronicity 3.4. See how that happened? Confidence improves readiness. All these things builds your confidence. Because if you make a promise to yourself and show up for yourself, you're gonna build more confidence. It might be very subtle on a subconscious level, but the facts are that honoring yourself builds your confidence. Self-love habits. First of all, I'm gonna have to bring it back to the men because I just think this is so amazing for y'all. I love this for y'all. Y'all go to the barber and transform. How you feel when you leave that barber shop? Like you could pull anything walking by on 10, 11, 12. She could be a 12 out of 10. You're pulling that because you got that fresh cut. I see y'all. That's a...
Yeah, I'm pulling with that for him.
All right, Shawty.
Okay, yeah.
Everybody ain't got what you got, Shawty. But I'm saying though, I'm just using it as an example, as a self-love habit.
Yeah, if you write stuff down, it'll come to pass. That's anything. I don't care if you write something in National Choir. Anything you write down, see, the devil can't read. You can't read your thoughts and you can't read writing. So you put stuff in writing. Everything I put in writing, it always comes to pass.
That's a fact.
I'm just saying, anything you write down, if you want it to really happen, go get you a book. When you leave the day, go to the store, the dollar store, get you a book, and write in there, and write whatever you want, whatever you've always wanted to have, and write it. And you ain't got to write it 3 or 4 times. Just write it one time in that book. If you really want to see it happen, write it every day in that book. And I promise you on God, it will come to pass. I don't care what you put in writing, whether it's a tarot card or if it's whatever you write, it will come to pass. I don't care what it is. That's what I believe.
I'm gonna just go ahead and co-sign that because most of everything, I'd say 99% of everything that I'm doing in my life was on my wall at some point. I broke it down step by step, each department, each gear in the machine. You know what I'm saying? And it's something about, it definitely is something about writing it down. But when I'm looking at it every day, it's like I'm reinforcing the message. And I see in the chat, we have one saying, quitting a job without having another job is pure wickedness. Don't do that. That's not even pure wickedness. That's idiocracy. Why would you set yourself up like that? So for the ones that might not have the sense that is so common, let me make sure that I clarify the taking a leap of faith part. Set up yourself. Self-love habits 2.2, I honor my needs. Set up yourself, strategize. This eclipse energy, whatever you strike forth today, it's a new moon. One of the best things to do in the new moon is to seed your vision. That's actually like something that I like to do, and I think I'm just gonna share it with y'all real quick. So with seed your vision, I'll use keywords to motivate myself. It's like a
Hold on, Lisa. Read your messages, by the way. Your Instagram.
it's a vision board without the pictures. It's just using words, kind of like what Seven just said. Write it down. Write down what you want to accomplish, and work it down into small start steps. Temperance 3.2. Savor each step. Gratitude.
Without commitment, you'll never start. And more importantly, without consistency, you'll never finish.
A word. Exactly. One more time. So yeah, to close out what I was saying about honoring your needs. Honor your needs. If you know you live in an inflation world and you are completely dependent on your job, wean yourself away. Wean yourself away. And it's interesting because writing down that you have that intention to do that opens up your mind to see it and the opportunities to do it or create it for yourself. But until you actually decide to do something and step out, the hardest part will be that first step. But once you do that, it'll flow. I'm a testimony of that.
Fuck y'all talking about in this motherfucker, huh?
What? Well, we were just talking about affirmations and taking advantage of this potent new moon eclipse energy.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know, Aki. I zoned up. I ain't gonna hold you.
let me down with bar. About that time, man.
What?
The 19th.
Ain't it tomorrow?
They saying it's the 19th.
No, it's tonight.
19, not tonight. Today's the last day. Tomorrow.
It's tonight, I think.
All right, so that's the end of my segment.
The 19th.
Gratitude for joining me, and I'll catch you on the flip side.